Good morning, everyone, and welcome to week 6 of our reset journey inside of the Sunday morning 7 a.m. club. I am so proud of you for being here. I'm proud of the work you've done over the last 6 weeks, the truth telling, the releasing, the rebuilding, the healing, the resting, and the reclaiming. And today we're going to bring it all home with the theme that I consider one of the most important. It's what I like to call sustainable momentum, right? How to build a year that you won't burn out from. And you know my feelings on momentum. It's very important to have momentum, not motivation. So, because here's the secret that most people never learn. You don't need to start the year strong. You need to start the year supported. You don't need intensity. You need stability, right? And you don't need the sprint. You need the rhythm. And I love the rhythm. So when momentum is sustainable, it actually feels easy. It feels like you can breathe, that you have clarity, that you have capacity, right? Capability. You feel aligned. You feel like it's enough. Does that make sense? And when momentum is not sustainable, it feels like you're constantly rushing. You're constantly forcing or panicking, right? Or comparing or overcommitting or burning out. And that's a big one. So today we're going to learn the difference. And we're going to build the kind of momentum that actually lasts. Okay. So we're going to discover what our natural pace is and go from there. How we start our Sunday sets the tone for our entire week. So welcome to the Sunday Morning Club, the show dedicated to intentional living and personal growth. I'm Faye Chappell, and on behalf of all of us here at Elevated Living, I invite you to take this time for yourself to find your center and fill up your cup. I'm so glad you're here. Most burnout doesn't come from chaos. It comes from how we respond to chaos. So most exhaustion doesn't come from doing too much. It comes from doing things at a pace that our nervous system can't sustain. You probably never really paid attention to that, right? Let's repeat that so we really get that drilled into our head. Most exhaustion doesn't come from doing too much. It comes from doing things at a pace that our nervous system can't sustain, right? So most resolutions fail not because people are undisciplined, it's because they try to leap into a future self at a speed that their body can't handle. It's like, whoa, I can't do all of that in 5 days in January, right? And that's the truth. So sustainable momentum means this, that your body and that your mind and your nervous system all move together at a pace that doesn't break you, right? So your mind, your body, and your nervous system all work integrated. Every week here at Sunday morning, we do that, right? We work on our mind with our journaling. We work on our body with slight movement. We work on our nervous system with breath work, and we try to sustain that pace, a small pace. Why do we do small movements? Because we want to do something that doesn't break you, right? And once you learn your pace, your whole life changes. So that's what we're practicing today, right? So let this quote be your guiding light today. Tiny steps are still steps, and they get you there without breaking you. Let's repeat it, okay? And make sure it settles in. Tiny steps are still steps, and they get you there without breaking you, right? Remember that. I'd love you to write it down, put it on your phone, put it in front of you on the wall, on your mirror. Tiny steps are still steps. So the next time that you get up in the morning and you said, I'm going to walk, 5K this morning, and you only walk down to the mailbox and back, it's a tiny step. That's where you're going to start. Okay. So I want you to open your journals, take a big breath, right? And let's do these prompts or these questions, and they will help you understand your natural rhythm, right? The pace that your life actually wants to move at. Why are we talking about this? Because this is really important to change your year ahead, right? It's really important. We are doing it completely different this year at a pace that's sustainable. So ask yourself, prompt number 1. What pace feels natural to me when I'm not rushing to impress anyone? What pace feels natural to me when I'm not rushing to impress anyone? What is your pace? Think about it. Question number 2. Where in my life do I push myself too hard, too fast, too soon? And why do I do it? Think about it. Where is it that you push yourself too hard, too fast, too soon? Most of us do it when we are starting an exercise routine or a diet. I say these because it's the easiest thing to relate to. A lot of, obviously, there's emotional things that we push ourselves to, relationships, but I try to give you an example where you're really thinking about it. So, in your life, you might decide you are going to, that's it, you're going to start eating healthy. So you push yourself all the way to bright to start. Too hard, too fast, too soon. Because you think you have to go all in. But the thing is, what people always say, are you in? Are you all in? Sometimes you need to pace yourself so it feels more natural to you. So it's at a pace where it's reasonable to you. Okay. So that leads into question number 3. What would my life feel like if nothing was urgent? Oh, wow. What would I feel like if nothing was urgent? Wouldn't that be quite the life if you felt nothing was urgent? You can get to the point where nothing is urgent. That would make a dramatic difference to how you live your life. So once you acknowledge that, I want you to go to the 4th question. What is really one small daily practice that you can maintain with ease and not pressure? So for those of you who are thinking about eating healthy, maybe that one daily practice is just you're going to start each day with a healthy breakfast. You're not going to kill yourself if you can't do it at lunch or dinner, but you're going to start one thing. Or maybe it is, for those of you who want to physically start moving, maybe it's you're going to spend 5 minutes when you wake up, 5 minutes only, 5 minutes of stretching, of doing gentle movements to get your body working. One of the big things on social media right now, and I've been doing it for a week now, is to, when you get up, first thing is to jump 50 times, just jump. That's it. You're not going to do anything else. Just jump up and down 50 times. It does make your body start moving. Now, what I started doing was I got a rebounder, a little mini trampoline. And all I said, and you can ask anyone who knows me, I set it up and I said, I'm just doing 5 minutes in the morning. I believe it's good for my lymphatic system. So that's it. I just jump 5 minutes. I don't do a big workout. It's 5 minutes. I can do 5 minutes. So that's one small daily practice that I can do that feels easy and there's no pressure, right? So thinking about all these questions, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to place one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Take a slow inhale. Take a long exhale. And just imagine your breath as a gentle wave. As you inhale, the wave rises. And as you exhale, the wave falls. There's no rush in the wave. There is no urgency. There is no pressure. It moves with perfect timing, right? Because rhythm is enough. Now imagine your life matching this wave, not forcing, not sprinting, not dragging, just rising and falling in a natural way. I want you to see all the projects that you want to start moving at this rhythm, right? I want you to see your goals moving with this rhythm, your relationships moving with this rhythm. And I want you to see yourself moving with the rhythm, right? And I want you to say silently to yourself, I move at the speed of my nervous system. I don't have to rush to arrive, right? Just move at the pace that you are comfortable with. And I want you to let your breath be your teacher here, right? So stay here for a moment. And when you're ready, after you've felt this rhythm and understand how it feels, then you can gently open your eyes. Did that help when you started thinking about your goals moving at a natural rhythm? It's not like up here and then it stops. It's just a gentle wave, and everything you can think of that will start calming your nervous system, and it'll start helping you to have sustainability in what you're doing. So let's think a little bit about momentum breathing, right? So this technique will build gentle consistency, and it's really perfect for the year ahead, right? It's called the 6262 rhythm breath. All the breath work we've been doing, they're all very similar. But for those of you who have been practicing every single week, you will start recognizing the difference in the breath and how it feels for you, right? So last week we did box breathing, which was 4-4-4-4. Was that the one we did last week? I think so. And today we're doing 6262 rhythm breathing. Hang on one second. That's my lemon balm tea. I've been drinking it every day for about 6 months now. Okay. 6262 rhythm. So you inhale for 6, you hold for 2, you exhale for 6, you hold for 2. We've done it with 4-2, we've done it with 4-4. This is 6-2. Okay. What I want you to think about as you're doing this breath work, keep doing it. You don't need me to tell it to lead you through it. It's 6, 2 for hold, 6 for exhale, 2 for hold. This breath creates that feeling of forward movement, right? Without pressure, right? You understand? Forward movement. So as you're inhaling for 6, holding for 2, exhaling for 6, holding for 2. I want you to really feel the steadiness, the neutrality, the feeling that it's a calm momentum, right? Feels like you're building momentum as you inhale for the 6 and as you exhale for the 6, but it also feels like it's a calm momentum because it's very rhythmic. It's very, you know where it's going, right? That's really very important for breath work. So I want you to do that 6 to 10 times. You can stop this recording at any time and go ahead and do it. And I want you to really focus on that calming momentum, right? And today's all about rhythm. We talk about rhythm a lot on Sunday mornings. So I want you to really focus on practicing movement that mirrors that sustainable momentum, right? So, for example, you can movement one. You can inhale, right? You can inhale with your chest up. You're just feeling nice. You're feeling your chest expand. You're feeling your chest open. And then as you exhale, you're going to fold. So you're starting to get this slow wave, like there's no force. Not like down and up. You are rolling. You are waving, right? And I want you to do the same. Remember, we do twists a lot. Just do a side sway. So just rather than just twist and hold, you're going to sway any way you want, whatever feels good, right? You can do open arms and closing them, right? Opening arms wide and then wrapping your arms around your body. Remember, everything is a wave movement, a rhythm. So you will start feeling that wave, that comfort, right? Expanding, returning, right? And remember those twists. Again, you're doing the side sways. The twist, if you're doing the twist, I just want you to unwind slowly what's tight. Rather than holding that twist, slowly and rhythmically doing that. And when you're finished all that, again, you just sit in stillness and feel what that swaying rhythm felt like to you, right? I want you to feel that wave as we move into the new year, because I want this whole 6-week program was so you would feel ready for the year ahead in a different way that you felt in the past. So it's a really great micro habit pairing to do with everything we've learned today, because I want you to support that sustainable momentum, So we don't have to create huge habits. We create little tiny ones, just like our tiny steps. And they piggyback on things that you already do. So habit pairing is really simple. So think about, for example, I'm going to give you some examples, and these are really great things that you should try and think about. So when you're making your coffee, if you have an espresso machine, it's brewing. If you have a drip, it's brewing, or the kettle, whatever you're doing. Maybe when you start your espresso button, you take 3 deep breaths. It becomes a habit, right? Why do we take deep breaths? Because it calms down your nervous system, right? Or maybe after you're brushing your teeth, you give yourself one affirmation. Or maybe before you open your laptop for the day, you set an intention for the day. A lot of us go to yoga class and the teacher will say, set an intention for your practice today. Same thing, set an intention before you open your laptop. Or before bed, you might want to write something that you're grateful for, right? Or maybe during your skincare routine, you can do a slow neck stretch, right? So as you, I know what I do. I put my skincare, I put my cream on in the morning, and I want it to settle into my face before I do anything else. So once I do that, once I put my cream on, I give myself a few minutes of gentle stretching and allowing it to settle. Because micro habits compound, right? They build a momentum gently. So if you start thinking, every time I make a coffee, I take 3 deep breaths, you start really practicing that deep breathing. And it's little things that make a huge, huge difference. So this week, I want you to choose one daily micro ritual. And I want you to repeat it for 7 days, okay? You can just do one. It can be small, doable, but mainly sustainable, right? Because consistency isn't built through intensity. It's built through repetition without pressure. So, you know, if it's yours is the deep breathing, cool. If yours is the one micro habit is stretching in the morning, great. One thing for 7 days. It's all. Don't do 20 of them, because if you try to write down 20, you'll do nothing, right? So I don't want you to do that. So before we close today, I want to take a moment to honor what you've done over the last 6 weeks, right? You faced your burnout. You reclaimed boundaries. We detoxed energy, right? And you broke up with those real toxic resolutions that we talked about. You built emotional stamina. And today, you learned how to move sustainably into a new year. And that's not small work. This is life-changing work, even though it was only 20 minutes every Sunday for the last 6 weeks. So I want you to hear this really, really clearly, okay? You are walking into the new year with more awareness, with more strength, with more clarity, and more self-loyalty than you've ever done in the past. So I want you to take a moment and breathe all that in, because you've rebuilt yourself gently, powerfully, truthfully. It's made a world of difference. So thank you for showing up for the last 6 weeks. Thank yourself for showing up. Thank yourself for being part of this community, right? I want you to really think about what you've accomplished. And one more thing before we go. I would be amiss not to tell this. So in January, we launch our New Year Challenge, which we've done every single year in our community. And if you love these 6 weeks, you're going to love it because it's supportive, there's structure, there's accountability. If you want to start the new year without pressure or panic or burnout, then come join us in the community, because we're beginning this year together with clarity, with connection, sustainable momentum, right? You do not have to do the next chapter alone. So if you want to learn more, just go to the link is down under this video. You can certainly go to faithchapel.com and you can find all my links there as well to our community. But I really want you to honor yourself and thank yourself for committing to these past 6 weeks or even longer. If you've joined us for this past year, that's awesome. I will be back next week, next Sunday. So please join us. I can't wait to see you and see what happens in the year ahead. And with that, our time together comes to a close. Thank you for showing up for yourself today.
Take that feeling of this space with you and let it guide your actions and reactions this week. I'm Faye Chappell. On behalf of everyone here at Elevated Living, I'm wishing you a week of profound peace and clarity. This episode was produced by the